he should do to say he's done it all. That was it. Everything. He's done everything. He's scored all the assists. The only thing that can cap off his career is becoming Mr. Johnson. So why is it that when I watch Ron Odom, do I feel like he's the best player? Every time I watch Ron Odom play, I feel like I'm seeing something special. Like I'm seeing something that I'm not gonna maybe not see again. I said that for a long time. BJ Boston was my favorite high school player in Georgia. I don't get that feeling that I'm seeing something I'll never see again. It's the Love of the Game podcast. We back. We in the building. We live. We ready to go. We out here. We in these streets. Hey, fellas. Long weekend. Lock, I don't think I need to ask how you doing. How's everybody else doing? My boy Lock wore out. Lock hurt.
Out for the count.
No show on Sunday, man. So we had an opportunity to kind of spend some time with the family. I hope everybody got a chance to relax. It was a wild weekend. A lot going on, man. Everybody good?
Everything's good, man.
805 Pride Huff in the building.
What's good, man?
We supposed to be somewhere on the beach right now, resorts and islands, like my man Jay-Z say, but it's all good.
This is usually vacation time, right, B?
Yeah. Mondre, a couple years ago, Mondre saw me like, man, you look real tired. It was that last live period at Emory, and I'm like, man, I'm done with basketball. Y'all got it.
Hey,
I'm gonna go to the beach. I'll see y'all later.
By this time, 2 years ago, Bryce was definitely the walking wounded. Bryce was walking in.
It also didn't help that we weren't winning that many games then either.
Bryce was walking in with that Starbucks trying to stay alive. Hey, his parents were mobbing him after every game that season, bro. Like, I felt bad for him.
Gotta have that parent meeting, Bryce.
But but sometimes that don't work, man. And then what happens is when parents start to see those coaches on the sideline, things change.
But parents also got to know those coaches are watching them as parents as well now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, they watching the parents.
Hey, Huff, that's a gym, dog. That flew over a lot of people's heads, dog.
Man, they don't understand that. They just think, I'm only watching the kid, man. They paying attention to you as mom and dad too.
Yeah, because I know a couple of kids not getting offers because of their parents.
Better preach it, Locke. Better preach it. They don't. Everything in your circle matters. So, whoever you got in the stands, who's ever tweeting stuff out about you, true or untrue, all that stuff matters.
Oh, now we bro, because I've seen a whole bunch of tweets with falsification.
I've seen a whole bunch of on the show today, right, Bryce? That's why I just talked, right?
Hey, people think that we talk about this shit before the show. I promise you, I know what Bryce about to say, and we ain't talking about none of that.
You can't fool me. I'm sorry, you cannot fool me. And it's the same thing I be telling the kids. You can't fool me. I didn't play defense either. So you can't fool me. I know what it looks like.
Hey, Bryce is right now. I was at his practice.
Hey, I know what it looks like for somebody who didn't play. Same thing for the tweeters. Man, some of y'all are tweeting some falsified information out there. I'm just like, I was in the gym from 4 o'clock to 12 o'clock on Friday at Indy Hoops. I saw at least 5 games probably.
Somebody falsifying records, Bryce? That's what you're saying?
Falsifying, man. Twitter is
advertising.
False advertisement.
Hey, Bryce, is that why you said it? Shell drill yesterday? Your tweet yesterday?
Nah, that was different. I said that for my own self because we were actually doing shell drill in practice, and shell drill makes you either gonna man up and get it done, or you gonna keep doing it.
So I got a question for you, Bryce. Have you gotten players that come to your AAU team and maybe you feel like they haven't done shell drill before?
Probably. Yeah.
I get them all the time.
I mean, because for me, that's the same thing, or they're just really lazy, one or the other. Because for me, if you know how to deny and you know where you should be for help, those are just basic principles. I don't care if you learned it, and you know what I mean? That should leave you. So
imagine being a college coach and you may get a dude that you recruited and he, just like you said in your AU practice, he ain't done shit before.
I tried my hardest. I tried my hardest not to judge anybody and where they come from, because sometimes kids do forget or they don't execute.
Right, you don't forget shell drill.
You don't forget how to play help side. You don't forget none of that stuff. But
because here's my thing, you can play defense in your shell drill whatever way you want. Pack line, be up the line, deny and everything. No matter what you play, you know the principle of it. To say, all right, I'm not playing up the line anymore. I'm one pass away. I'm in the passing lane, or I'm in real pack line. Like, basketball is basketball.
For the amount of time that we have, I'm just asking the basic, just deny and help. Like, put 2 feet in the paint and let's just hope we get stops. That's all, because we have nothing else at this point. And
hey, Bryce, it's a little early
27 that first weekend, huh?
It's a little early in the season to be crying for stops. You crying for stops already? Hey, Bryce, please, Jesus, let me get a stop, please.
Nah, here's the thing. Because we weren't in position, the dude was, they running pick and roll and we couldn't guard it. It wasn't like we couldn't stop him. It was a thing like we were just out of position. So you have a kid from Cobb County, you have a kid from Gwinnett, you have a kid from South Georgia, you have a kid from wherever. They're all coming with different, learning, different things that they've learned or not learned. So if you put them on the floor at one time and you've only had a couple practices and didn't have a chance to get them on the same page, that's gonna happen. It can happen.
Well, Brian, I'm gonna throw the other thing on you. Now, when that gorilla jump on their back in that conditioning, they ain't gonna play no defense then.
Because we were definitely in the first couple minutes of the first game, we were up 15-16-2. And then that monkey jumped on their back and they creep back up.
Yep.
So, it is what it is. It's all good. We just trying to get some run at this point.
It wasn't just your team, though, Bryce. Don't just think it was
your I mean, I think
there was a lot of not playing defense.
Yeah. I mean, I can see in some kids' body that they've been at home.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm not blaming them. I'm not faulting them. I'm not knocking them. I'm not even.
You could just tell it was some rust being knocked off.
You got to realize that if you got a team of 12, and you probably, I don't know if you should even have that many on the AAU team, but if you got a team of 12, here's the numbers I kind of put out. You may have 3 that consistently either had a gym at their house or could get access to a gym to work on that game.
Outside.
You got 2 others that said, all right, I'm going to consistently go run. I don't have a gym, but I'm going to go run.
Yep.
So that leaves 7 other dudes who did nothing since February.
And I mean, a lot of kids have been getting training over this point, but I still think that training is different from game, that game feel where you're running up and down and getting I can train in the gym and do box jumps and plyometrics and lift weights and like that.
Them cones don't move.
Right.
Them cones don't move. I looked at it on the other side too, Bryce. It was on the defensive end. You've seen a lot of grabbing and because guys not really able to move their feet. Yeah. So you see a lot of guys reaching and grabbing.
And they were getting away with it, but they were getting away with it though too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean,
but on the other hand, I feel like the guys who look like they were in really good shape and could sit down and really guard consistently, to me, those guys really stood out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I mean, it's like the shell drill thing. I was just, I don't know. I'm just like, how can you allow somebody to like cook you like that? Like, so for the amount of time that I had, I went back and did shell drill, and it just got it because I made them get up and guard each other. Like, I don't think people sometimes know like what kind of basketball coach I am.
True that.
And
And
it's not a harmful thing. It's like you have to compete. And I'm not trying to get anybody, you know, we're here to compete. We're here to try to get better. We're here to try to make each other better. So like the guards on the top of the shell drill, if you can ask Locke, I would made them compete. I made them get up and guard.
Yeah.
And
Kids don't like
touching each other and getting physical, you know, you can see who's who.
You gotta compete. I mean, do they not understand when you get to the next level that everybody pretty much is as good as you are? Like, so you want to compete to get your position. It's not like high school. You know, let's be honest. In high school, there are guys who are only gonna play at high school. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, because it all look pretty on the mixtape.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, I don't like that, man. I don't think. So.
Hey, there was a kid that posted that on Twitter. I should have grabbed the tweet, but he was like, the kid was a kid from Dallas that I follow, and he was like, I'm starting to see that the mixtape and the game don't match.
Definitely.
And I'm like, there you go. Now you start to see it, young man.
Hey, the Twitter, never mind. They don't match. They don't.
The mixtape and the game don't match.
Some people they do match.
Yeah, for sure.
Some they don't.
For sure.
And I feel like I said, I feel like it was a lot of like some falsification going on, man. Like,
hey, let's get back to that. I want to. We've said this a whole bunch of times. Let's be serious first. Look at Chris. Yes, sir. Clips, no mixes. Real.
I like the clips. I like the clips anyway because I feel like the clips gives you a clear, like, even though it's shorter, it gives you a college coach or whoever a clear idea of what that kid can do.
Clear picture.
The mixes don't show you how many shots they missed, how many times they got beat off defense. You know what I'm saying? How soft they are. Like,
and
hold on. Let's be serious. Like, you can put as many mixes as you want on Twitter. You can put out as many highlight tapes that you want.
Yeah.
But college coaches are going to ask your high school coach or somebody, can you send me some game film?
Game film, yep.
Game film.
Full game film. They're going to, kids, they're going to ask for that every time. After they get the highlights, they're going to ask for full game tape. So all of that stuff that the video editor is doing as far as speeding you up and slowing it down to exaggerate your moves, like it's not going to fly. So
you're right. You're right, Coach. At least 3 games. At worst, 2.
But you know what?
Just 1 game now.
For sure. Hey, Coach, as I've been trying to help kids with this, I've had coaches ask me for 5.
Yeah, it just depends on
5 full games.
Yeah, they don't watch.
And what they got to understand is that a coaching staff, a lot of times, it's not just the coach who's asking for it. They're giving it to the whole staff. They're breaking it down. Like Dre and I were on a call last night where the video guy says he is clipping up your game film for the staff.
Yep.
Good and bad. My thing with the tweeters, here's what I'm starting to see, and here's what I'm starting to feel. I'm feeling like Twitter is getting a little bit out of hand. And I say that because
speak on it, Bryce. Tell them why you mad, son.
I'm just being honest. Like, here's the thing. Let's say if Locke tweeted a kid, let's say if on the radar, let's say if Chris Watkins tweeted, there's people that are tweeting on people just because, but their games aren't matching what you're tweeting. So I feel like you're kind of like trying to blow yourself up instead of really tweeting on what's really going on and reporting on what's going on in the game. And I don't, and at the end of the day, I feel like it hurts the kid. You know what I'm saying? Because it just raises false expectations and so on and so forth. I'm not saying don't do your job, don't try to start your own thing, but I just see a whole lot of people popping up and tweeting, and I'm just like, I didn't see that. And not only did I didn't see that, I'm pretty sure the person next to me didn't see that either.
Nobody in the gym saw that. Yeah, for sure.
You know what they do? They tweet on kids who already have a name just to get some clout or some followers. So a kid won't do nothing, over the weekend, but just because he's got a big buzz from like a previous tournament or just got a buzz right now, they're gonna tweet on that kid just to continue that buzz so they can get followers and different things like that.
But dog, it's okay for a kid to have a bad game. It's okay for a kid to have a bad week.
Have a bad game. You want to see how he reacts? How does he react to a bad game?
Yeah.
You know what? And a lot of kids that people are tweeting on, I didn't even think necessarily had bad games. I just think that you are hyping them up to be what they're not. I don't think they played bad games, but in my opinion, for like, and maybe my expectations are different. I feel like I think your expectations are no.
I'm with Mondre. I do AD overhyped.
Let's think about it. Some of these schools that people have offers from, like, let's say if like Western Kentucky offered it, right? Let's say if Western Kentucky offered me, we know Western Kentucky is looking for pros.
Yeah.
Like you are a man child if you go, you know what I'm saying? Like you're a pro.
That's what they're trying to get.
Bryce, let's go back to what CY said, which is the realest statement that you can say. A D2 program is looking for a low major D1. Low major D1 is looking for a mid major. A mid major is looking for a high major, and a high major is looking for a pro. So when we start throwing out all these names, accolades, or what we think a player is, let's really back it up and let's think about it. Man, that guy's a pro right now. And I'm not saying there aren't guys out there like that. But I think we need to really be careful when we're throwing out who's a pro, who should be playing at this level, who should be playing at that level. That could be whether that's down or up. It all depends on the right fit. There can be a kid who technically could be a low major kid, but goes to the right mid major and takes off.
100%.
I mean, I think just sometimes people just don't know. Like, if a kid has an offer from like a school in the Conference USA, that's serious. You know what I mean? So
you don't have to use Conference USA.
Yeah.
ESPN is serious. The Colonial is serious.
Exactly. So when I'm looking at kids that have certain offers and their strength for one, and their aggression for two doesn't match up, I'm like, okay.
Right, go back to what you first said. Do they compete? If you can't compete, I don't care what level, division we talking about. It's going to be hard for you to play at the next level.
And you can't take no possessions off.
No,
on back to Bryce's point, though, I want to institute new rules. New rules. Stop forcing these coaches to offer your kid just so they can recruit your kid. And then we can eliminate some of this fluff offering stuff, and we can see who's really interested in signing a kid and who's not. Like, we got to get rid of it. I'm crowding the environment, I think.
I'm going to keep it a buck. Like, coaches, be honest and ask your kids, from the people that you feel are on them, how many have done, because you can't get on anybody's campus, how many are constantly calling your kid right now? How many have done a Zoom call with your kid to take them through an official visit, basically, through the campus, how they expect them to play, how their playing style is, to show them what it's like on campus? Those are some things the college coach could be doing, especially the 2021 kids.
Yeah,
for sure.
And I mean, I think that, like, for coaches in general, it makes it hard. Or even, let's say, a person like Locke who has a relationship with coaches, it makes it hard for Locke to refer a kid and be honest with a coach if that kid shows him that he's not playing hard.
Well, and
You know
too,
what I mean? Or doing like it just he ain't gonna lie to dude because that's his job.
It puts people in a tough position, right? Like if Locke is really trying to do the best thing for a kid and place a kid somewhere, but Locke knows that kid should really be playing in the Big South, but that kid has has offers from Pac-12 and wherever else. Like it's hard, like you know what I mean? Like Locke is telling a coach, hey, this kid should really be here. He could really help your program. This is the right fit. This is the right level. It's going to be hard for the kid to listen to the truth that Locke is telling. And it's going to be hard for the Big South coach to be like, yeah, I'm going to go recruit this kid because shit, if he got Pac-12, Pac-10 offers and Big 12 offers, like, why am I wasting my time talking to him?
Dre, here's the problem. When Locke or whoever speaks what they feel is the truth about a kid, especially if it's not what people want to hear, then they're hating on the kid.
Oh man,
hating on them. They're looking at the lens that they know what it's like to play at a certain level.
For sure.
I don't know if that kid's there. Not saying he can't get there. They might don't see it.
They probably can get there. Yeah.
Right. And see, a lot of parents and even coaches don't know. None of them never see what these scouting services really say. They just see the tweets.
For sure.
Exactly. You're right.
Hey, them group chats off the chain, boy.
And what they said in the real scouting service is totally different.
Or tell him to open his phone up and see what he said over text.
Man.
Totally different conversation. That text message is a totally different boy.
I had a college coach in my gym one time that said, man, you might need to show him what these scouting services say about him while he always believing all the write-ups and stuff.
Hey, the write-ups not going to save you.
At the end of the day, man, like, that was just my whole thing. It was just like, I think sometimes people just don't know what it takes. And I'm not going to sit up here and make it seem like I know everything and I know what it takes to play at the next level. I didn't play in college.
Yeah.
However, I did play basketball and I was okay. I was solid. But working with older kids and building relationship with coaches, I now understand what it takes. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to see a kid be set up for failure because this kid thinks like, shit, I can go in here and go to this mid-major and chill, man. It's about to be gravy. Like, nah, bro.
Yeah. And Bryce, I think we also have to add to the point that once you've been in it long enough, like you can say, man, the kid maybe can play at that level, but can't play for that coach.
Yeah.
And
I said that a few times.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
and it could be other stuff, man. Like if the kid has, some kind of body issue where, hey, this kid really needs to put on a lot of weight, or this kid needs to take off a lot of weight. There could be certain schools that have a better trainer that's, that's able to help that kid do that, help him change his body in the right way. So it's a lot of stuff that controls where you should be.
And you know what's crazy? I feel like kids are kids watch the videos on Instagram and all that stuff. And I feel like they think that those guys are not playing as hard as they are sometimes. Like these dudes are really grinding. Like these dudes, like Mike
Beasley, a lot
faster
than what they think.
Yeah, like Mike Beasley's really putting in work. So you know what I'm saying? Like, and the list goes on and on and on. Like these dudes are taking this seriously. So what makes it different from you? You know what I'm saying?
Like, I mean, even take it a step further, Bryce. Like, stop comparing your journey with somebody else's journey.
Somebody else.
Exactly,
your journey is totally different. His offers are not your offers. So stop comparing your offers to his offers.
The group that I had last year with like Terrell Art and DJ Patrick and JD.
I was everywhere.
Who else was on that team? Javon Tucker. Like them dudes competed at a high level.
They did.
And it never got to a point where it was a maturity with them. And that's also why they could win games. They were more mature, but in practice, when we had practice only twice a week, them dudes was going at each other neck. At it. And it was all good when they got off the court. Like, bro, what you doing tonight? All right, pull up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think too.
I think that's what kids got to get to. Like, it's enough to go around for everybody. But if you ain't grinding, bro, and for me as a coach, I can't feel comfortable watching a kid and allowing him to not grind. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that I feel like I might be cheating him, if that makes sense. So, like, those dudes last year were so good, man, because they were grinding and they grinded it out together, and it was enough for all of them to eat.
Another thing too, though, Bryce, I think we pay so much attention to the offers. He got this offer, he got that offer. We don't pay attention to where a kid actually signs. We make a bigger deal out of the offer. And then we also don't pay attention to where a kid may transfer to after they sign. Like, what level did that kid end up in at 2 years after the fact? And then let that give you kind of a benchmark, but we really don't pay attention to that.
And that's such a great point too, because I'm with the kids yesterday and I'm telling them probably one of the best guys that I've ever coached, one of my favorite basketball players that I've ever coached is playing NAIA basketball. And that dude talked on defense every single possession of every single game. He made the right pass. He locked up the best person.
Yes.
So y'all gonna sit up here and tell me that y'all want to play Division I, but y'all can't grind on every possession. You can't talk on every possession. Shh, it ain't nothing you can tell me.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I keep this 100% real. Like, it's a whole lot of kids that don't want no part of JD till right now. It's a whole lot of kids that's going a high level to him that don't want none of that, dog. Like, JD could hoop.
I mean, like, you got to take it. I mean, there's so much to this that goes into it. Like, you can't tell me a school should have offered you or offered your son if you don't even know who's on their roster.
Ooh.
Like you. I mean, you can't tell me a program, man. You know, and it is no disrespect because I don't care what size you are. I think players can play no matter if they 5'8" or 6'8". Yep. But if that coach has never had a small guard, he's not going to recruit your son.
And you don't want to play for him no way.
Right. So you just got to understand that. Like, it's not going to happen.
I look at this and, you know, hey, it's certain coaches like, if you don't want to really play defense like that, like, why would you go play for Tom Izzo? Why would you even want him to offer you?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Like, if you don't want to just sit down and play defense, you know what I mean? Or Virginia, or go play for Rick Pitino. Yeah, he going to let you shoot threes. But you know what you're going to be doing? Your ass going to be pressing for 40 minutes. Like
Bobby Huggins.
Yeah.
Like, you want to know something about Bobby Huggins and you think, man, I want to go play for West Virginia. Don't go hard in practice and he put you on that treadmill in the middle of practice over on the
Turn
side.
That shit up to 35 miles an hour.
Let's be real.
Hey, that's exactly why I ain't playing college. I said, hey, man, Spelman across the street. I'll see y'all later. Brady Brewer would have had us in there running forever, man.
Yeah.
And you're right. That there are guys that can't, and I don't mean to say this, that can't play for Oglethorpe. That may look like stars in high school.
Yeah.
Like, so we just keeping it real. Oglethorpe is D3.
Hey.
Everything ain't a good match for everybody, man.
I don't know if people were following us. Locke probably was back then when I had like one of my first two kids, Marcus Foster for Kane, 17U. Marcus Foster and Tate Watson. Tate Watson is probably one of the most athletic kids I've seen like ever in my life. And the dude's playing Division I, but he's not playing high major. I mean, he picked the right spot for him, but they say like this ain't a walk in the park, man. And I just feel like people think it's sweet, and it's not sweet.
Right? They don't understand how hard it is to even get that offer.
Yeah,
actually commit and sign there, and then work there. Now I tell people this all the time. Adam Flagler had one.
Yeah,
one
and
from Presbyterian.
Yeah. And he would have improved himself that he could play at the next level.
And guess what? If this head coach hadn't got another job, he probably would still be at Presbyterian.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of Presbyterian, I know Nick LeGros put me on something. It's about production over reduction.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of kids don't see that because that's what I tell coaches. I'm like, okay, yeah, he could probably go there to that level, but is he going to really produce
Yep.
Is he really going to have a good career? Can he have a chance to make all conference in 2 or 3 years? And I think a lot of kids and parents don't see that. They just see the high major or the mid major and think, okay, we can play at that level. Okay, you can play. You probably come off the bench, but are you going to be really productive? Do you really want to have a successful career? Or are you going to just say, I went to this school and I played, but you didn't play much?
Yeah. Do you? And I always ask kids that I talk to about that too. Like, how many minutes do you want to play as a freshman? What is your expectation? Like, okay, so if you're a point guard and that shit, they got an all conference returning point guard coming, you're not about to play.
And man, I'm gonna just, there's so, man, we could have a 5-hour conversation.
Hey, we go on and on about this.
Like, if you get an offer from a school, whatever the school is, I don't care what level, but they've offered 10 other people at that position, you can't take that offer right now.
I don't think that's a real offer. Do you?
It's not.
Like, didn't Bryant offer like 168 people or something like that week?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not a real offer, but
well, like, you got to look at this too. An offer and getting recruited are two different things.
Right. There are people who put out offers just so they can
get
that name to create a buzz. But can you really take that offer? See, that's what parents and players understand. If they give you an offer and you call coach back and say, I want to commit right now, are they going to say, hold on.
Hey, I want to know, have they offered without even seeing your transcript? You have the grades to make. Did they offer you before they even looked at your transcript to know that you had the grades?
I ain't never seen that before. Well, that could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Now, what's the crazy part? I know Mondre, he got by like this couple years ago when kids are tweeting.
Oh, I caught the offers
and they don't have those legit offers.
He retweeted that. Hey,
Mondre, I was like, Mondre, man, you need to go check and see. I don't know about that Belmont. I don't know if he got that offer. I know this kid. He ain't getting no offer from Belmont.
But here's the problem now, and this is no disrespect, but you get your players who may get the offer from the coach, and they've never talked to either the AAU coach or the high school coach sometimes. So, like, I've had some kids that have gotten offers, and I'll say, well, what coach did you talk to? And once they tell me, I'm going to reach out to the coach because I need to make sure that this is real. Yeah.
Hey, what I used to do, Huff, until Locke schooled me on that.
Oh, you were retweeting them all.
I was retweeting and telling kids congratulations. I was just happy to see another young man go to school.
Mondre was just getting in the game. Mondre just getting in the game. We seen that from a mile away. Like, oh man.
Hey, bro, they saw sucker written on my forehead, dog.
We heard a story last night. A lot of you not locking, bro, about I think it was an AAU coach. It might have been a high school coach calling a program saying, hey, you need to get on 2 of my younger kids. You need to make a call to them. So because the coach had a relationship with the dude, he calls him, like just, reaching out to him. Next thing you know, the coach is tweeting out, oh, such and such is offering my 2 kids. You can call him and be like, man, you can't do that, man. That ain't right.
But, it getting to the point, everything's for clout. Like, I don't had freshmen. After the freshman hey, man, we need this offer, man. Tell your coach to offer me, we need this offer. I'm like, dude, he's just a freshman.
Right.
Give him time.
What you don't want is that offer to dry up. And by the time you're a junior or a senior, it's no longer there anyway.
It's no longer there.
Sometimes the coaches be fired. Sometimes the coaches leave or whatever happens, and that offer is no longer there. Like,
I was just gonna let that later, dog. I wasn't gonna say nothing about it. I was gonna let that later. Yeah. If you caught it, you caught it.
I heard they may be watching the show, Dre.
I didn't say it. Didn't come out of my mouth.
The operations.
Hey, speaking of some other shit that I don't want to speak on or say anything about, I'll just announce it and I'll toss it to y'all. there were several teams that pulled out of events this weekend.
Oh yeah, they pulled out Lake Point event.
Madison,
or is it both events they pull it out of?
As far as I know,
They just
it were teams pulling out of Lake Point. I
just heard Lake Point.
Anybody else pulling out?
I'm logging off.
Hey, so here's what we know, right? Or what was posted on Twitter. James White and Madison Durr posted statements saying that Atlanta Express was going to be not playing for the next 2 weeks due to safety concerns. We know the other teams are pulling out. I'll toss it to y'all. What does that mean?
Here's my question. I'll ask Bryce since he has a team playing. Do you think
log off too?
Do you think right now what numbers are spiking, whatever you may think about it, should we be playing right now?
I don't have an answer for that. Honestly, that's a tough decision. I think look, here's the thing. I didn't jump back into this. I wasn't the first person to play. There were other people. I know. So I was hesitant, and I'm not hesitant, but I took my time. So I've only played in one event, and I played 2 games. What I will say is at this point, like it's looking a little dicey. So I mean, I might have to play in this weekend because of the amount of money that was spent, but after that, it might be over with. So
this might be the last weekend.
Yeah, and then to answer the question as far as unsigned seniors, I mean, that's all I've had in the past anyway, is unsigned seniors. So I don't think I think 2021 kids will be okay. I mean, hopefully this is gone by next year and they can get back. It'll be kind of normal. So if it is, if they can play their high school season and get a lot of film and then play if they're unsigned, they can play as unsigned senior. Or got 20 offers as unsigned senior. Your kid, plenty of kids sign in April and get stuff. So I think they'll be okay. They just have to understand that it's going to be a process of being patient.
You may have just said a mouthful though. I had to have real conversations with my seniors that I can't guarantee that we're playing a high school season this year. That's a real conversation I had to have. Never had to have that conversation before. And what that means for them, what that means for us and their recruitment, it's real talk. And
shows leadership you have in the conversation, though, Huff.
I mean, we brought them, my whole staff, we talked to them okay, we got one that has offers on the table. We got another one that doesn't, has interest. And what we're going to try to do to push this thing through, because I just can't, and I was honest with them, I can't guarantee if we have a season or even how long the season will be. I mean, we just saw today 2 big-time conferences say we're not starting anything to September 1st. So let's say GHSA says we're pushing things back. What happens if all we get is a region schedule and then you go to the state tournament?
I think high school should possibly entertain starting later like they do kind of up north. And start maybe after Thanksgiving, if that's possible. I don't know if it's possible, but if they started later, or maybe even December, start later, and then just roll it into January, February, March, or whatever, however long it takes. I mean, they do that in other states. Most schools don't start basketball as early as we do. I don't think anyway.
But they're and I hear you because that's thought process. But if you're going to start later,
you gotta do your whole schedule.
Yeah,
schedule tournament direct.
November to January is usually your non-conference stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Appreciate you, Chris.
No doubt. Much love.
Hawks everywhere. Hawks are everywhere.
I do want to say this. Whether to play or not to play, I think, my position on all that stuff has been stated. I will say this. I don't I don't fault any tournament director for trying to figure out how to do this.
Right.
Because at some point, we're going to have to figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
Right? My only thing that I will continue to say is to look at what the levels or the tiers above us are doing and try as best that we can to cipher as much from what they're doing and bring that to our level. Right? So, you know, I was at tip-off. I don't think Jerome did a bad job for what was trying to be done.
Everybody had a mask on. I didn't see one
Everybody had a
person
mask on. There were some, the whole issue with how you deal with clearing the gym and allowing people back in the gym. But what he was trying to do was hard to do. And what he was trying to do I thought was in everybody's best interest to try.
Yeah.
And I think he did that. And I think other directors have been doing that. But I feel like last weekend showed us, okay, we got to take it up another notch.
Yeah.
You know, can we integrate some form of testing? You know, whether it's, hey, you got to pass a test every 14 days or once a month or whatever it is. Can we take it up a notch and put some more parameters around it and figure out, you know, hey, look, I sat and thought about it and I was like, man, Georgia has always been first. Georgia, you know, Georgia led the way with the Juneteenth camps, right? Mm-hmm. We weren't the only state that did it, but I felt like we were out front. So am I mad that Georgia's out front right now? I'm not necessarily mad, but let's think this thing through.
Yeah. I mean, and I feel like, you know, it could be a situation where if AAU does continue into September or whenever, it should be a situation where it's probably one parent or no parent and probably just media and be with it. And maybe not even younger age groups, probably just 16 and 17. And you know what I mean? I mean, I don't know. I'm just thinking about how you can eliminate the traffic, the least amount of traffic in the facility of wherever you're doing it. And to me, you know, I feel like that's probably the best. And even if, you know, I know it's hard for parents to not go to games and support their kids, but
they might have to get used to it, Bryce.
Yeah, it may
most definitely. Yeah,
it can happen for a high school season.
And trust that
if you want to have a high school season, it's very possible there could be games played with nobody in the stands.
Yeah,
and I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. We just got to figure out. We got to figure it out, man. Like,
but I mean, there's, you know, I look at it this way. I feel like kids play video games and they play the playground mode. They playing outside, you know what I'm saying? And they still hooping. It's almost the same thing. The only thing is you're not getting that money at the door. You know what I mean? So
now that could change some things now.
They can change, yeah.
And I definitely feel
that's how athletic programs in a lot of places across Georgia or across any state, that's how they make their athletic program. It's not just at the college level, it's at the high school level. That gate admission is paying for those officials. That gate admission is helping paying for those athletic programs.
Yeah.
Get new jerseys to purchase a shot clock that's now going to be mandatory in 3 years.
Hey, to help fund some of these great you know, tournaments and stuff that we like during the holiday seasons, the gate pays for a lot of that.
Yes, sir.
The gate helps probably pay for live streaming to be available.
Man, people don't understand that gate probably 9 times out of 10 helps cover that tournament, man.
Yeah, it does.
Nah, most definitely.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tough situation, man. Even for me as a coach, like I look forward to those 2 or 3 weekends of live period when his coach is watching, because I feel like that excitement, you know, allows people. It's just more fun. Like it's just a better environment, atmosphere. you know, you got coaches watching you, man, and you out here playing. Like it's not really a better feeling than that. So it's a tough situation, but I mean,
yeah. And I feel like this past weekend it was nothing right or wrong because you know I look like you said Jerome threw a tournament during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So it's optional for you to come.
Right.
I think that's what a lot of people didn't understand. Like,
well, when you have two big time programs in the state, historically, Celtics and Express playing, you got an opportunity to jump out there in this room. Shit, people gonna hop in the car and go. I can see Matthew Cleveland for $10. You know what I'm saying? I can see this. I can see 10 basketball games for $20. And I saw people there that didn't even know who was playing.
And that's the thing.
Basketball.
Our basketball community and culture, like big fans, bro. Like these kids are showing up to game. Like there were some of my players from my program we weren't playing that showed up to watch games. Like they're just fans of the game. Yeah. So these comments are blowing up. I'm gonna try to start putting
technology is all these things that people are saying can happen, but again, this is the money thing. You know what I mean? That stuff ain't cheap. So
it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just keep it a buck, y'all. If the way I'm feeling right now, I think everything needs to be shut down on Labor Day. I'm just.
I'm not gonna argue with you. I said the same thing. That's why I feel like this weekend is going to be the last weekend for AAU tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Got the school season starting in December, January until March. I'm not so much worried about. I don't disagree with that. I think we need to continue to work the process and the protocol for how we handle it. When we come back or when we go.
But I think you can. Right now, numbers are spiking if we're going by what we, right? So it says, what does shutting it down do? We're not putting people in close proximity with someone else, regardless if it's mask, whatever. Shutting it down means, all right, we're not in the gym. We're not, and I'm not just talking about basketball. I'm talking about we shut it down. Football, we shutting it down. Everything, bam. Like I get onto another tangent about what's going on right now, but I won't even go there.
I think people are saying in here over and over again, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It is a lot. And especially, and I'm thinking about the whole not part. I'm not thinking about the players that are old enough and grown enough to drive themselves to these events. I'm thinking about younger kids who require their parents to have them at the event. The kid, in all likelihood, based off of what the numbers we see, are going to be fine. It's not the kids that are really having huge problems with this. It's the adults, and you can't necessarily limit the interaction between an adult and a basketball player. So I feel like, I don't know what needs to happen. I think it's a personal choice for everybody, so I try not to tell people what to do.
Yeah,
I wouldn't tell them what to do. My thoughts on it say maybe that could help if we just shut it down, and.
But even if you shut it down, let's say that everything has been shut down from February or March through now, and you still don't have like some type of cure for COVID or whatever you want to call it. When you open back up, isn't the same thing going to happen again?
That's the answer. I don't know, Bryce. Like
you know what I mean? Like
that's why for me, Bryce, it's the process. It's we've got to be able to incorporate testing. We just got to be able to notify people to say, hey,
pop off.
There's an event that happened.
What's the procedure if someone catches it?
Yeah, right.
Is you shutting the whole team down for 14 days? Are you shutting the whole event down? Like, because these are the processes of people in schools are talking about.
Well, the TBT has done a good job. If anybody's watching that, of saying When you lose, you got to get out the bubble. Like you got.
Hey,
And they post a picture, and they like, "Hey, bags is back. You gotta go." So, I mean, we might be to take some things from that, and maybe you change your tournament structure. I mean, change your game structure. I don't know, but we have to keep taking from these previous tournaments and events that we've seen, and try to build on it and try to eliminate as much as we can. Because even like I said, man, and I said this to Madre earlier, like whenever we step out the house, whenever we go somewhere, we are taking a risk for something. Like if whether it's the flu season, it's a bad flu season, you know what I'm saying? Like we taking a risk. So
hey, what if I ain't gonna say names, but I had a college coach text me and said, "Man, tell these kids to wait. We're not getting real evaluations off these live streams anyway."
and let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. The live, it's a difference. It's a difference between watching the kid on that TV and watching the kid on the sideline. Because you can see how big the kid is, you can see how well they move. They're gonna break down that shot, but everything. It's just a difference. It's a difference.
Madre, you got something to say there, buddy?
Nope.
He said no.
Everybody, hey man, it's time for parents to.
Hey,
I
know one thing. If when I was playing, they had Twitter and Instagram and all this stuff,
what?
I probably would have been at Duke.
Parents be parents, man. Make the best decision for your kid because nobody can make the best decision for your kid like you. And if something goes wrong, you're going to be the one that has to deal with whatever happens. So parents, be parents.
I got a real question. You're a parent, Madre, right?
Yep.
Let's say your kid plays football.
Mm-hmm.
Football's been allowed to get back out there, do a lot of things, right?
Yep.
And you tell your football coach, I don't feel comfortable with my son coming back out there right now.
Yep.
What if the football coach holds it against him?
Don't care.
I'm just saying, like, that could be happening in some places.
I'll say this because I had a personal conversation with my son. I have a player who, plays AAU, expects to play high school basketball. And we had a conversation about what activities I feel comfortable with him participating in and what activities I don't. I mean, because, hey, GHSA said it's all good, even for basketball to work out. So I had that conversation. Hey, when you walk in, go lift weights. Make sure everybody got a mask on. If they don't, leave. You know what I mean? Like, we had those conversations about where we stand. And, I haven't, where we're at, Marietta's been great to us. I haven't had any bad feedback about it. But I would hope that nobody would. Because what they don't know is my health.
That's the big
point.
That's
the issue.
That's the issue.
You see what I'm saying? So
the big issue of what's going on about making teachers go back to work.
That's the issue because these teachers have families at home, they have babies, they have kids, they have husbands, wives. That's the issue because when you're in the school, they're bringing it back home. Nobody wants to bring it back home.
Right. You can't tell me about my health and what I need to be comfortable with. Can't tell me about, his mom's health and what she needs to be comfortable with. So if we have to limit that for that reason, then I think people got to understand. Because I'm going to hug my son every day.
Right.
So.
Grandparents, yeah.
Hey, that's a good comment right there. You don't need to go to that one. No, not that one. Videos.
Oh, the video? Huddle synergy is so big.
Because you get the whole game.
Get the whole game, and you get to see what they're running.
And huddle, and it breaks down your percentages, your rebound
percentages and stuff.
Down the whole game. You can see the whole from it.
Synergy can break down what you're doing in transition, what you're doing on sideline out of bounds, what you're doing on baseline out of bounds, what you're doing half court. So it's a little bit different than just watching a live stream.
I want to lighten the mood a little bit. Y'all want to talk about some kids, man?
Let's talk about
Let's talk about some kids.
I'll toss it out. Like, who do y'all think I guess I'll ask a question. Who do y'all think made the biggest splash for the weekend?
It has to be Derrick Harris, Manny
Harris for sure.
It has to be him.
He played well. He's good. I'm not necessarily saying he made a big splash, but if I was a college coach, mid-major and up, I would go to Game Elite and get Christian Wright probably. I was impressed with him.
I liked it, Jaden Harris.
Jaden Harris played well. I think
I was happy to see him play well.
Miles Rice.
I did like Miles Rice, but I got one that we talked about on this show. Travis Burris had a damn good weekend, fellas.
He had a great weekend.
Very good weekend.
He had a great weekend.
I've been saying Travis Burris
great
in that deal for the last 2 years.
But I'm saying last
ready.
weekend it was almost like he put it all together. And
He's a facilitator and he's strong. He can guard.
To
he
go
made the
back,
right basketball play.
I want to go back to what Bryce just said. He can guard.
Definitely.
I saw when you can, as a guard, when you can keep kids like J.D. Davison in front of you, when you can keep Miles Rice in front of you, when you can keep all of those guys in front, to me, that's where Travis has that opportunity to establish himself and differentiate himself from the other guards in 2021.
I think Travis.
I'll tell you what made that team, Honcho team, they had some dog in them.
Yeah.
But also by having Travis, Andrew McConnell, and Jaden Harris on the floor, it made it very difficult for people to guard them. Because they could spread them out, and it was hard for them to guard them. Like,
yeah.
For sure. I think if I had to pick the biggest weekend, I'm going with Locke, though. I'm going with Manny Harris. Like, Derrick Harris, I mean,
he's good.
Shot the ball, scored the ball.
I think y'all might just be looking at 17U, but
I caught some 16 and 15U games.
Yeah,
I did.
It's some
I caught some of that too.
out there that
The dude from Express 16U, he's gonna be
RJ Godfrey.
Big boy. Andre Godfrey played good. TJ played good too, Locke.
No, did you got the kid's name from the North Atlanta Orangeman team? You got those kids' names.
I have both of their names. Hold on.
That Atlanta Express 16U versus the North Atlanta Orangemen was the best game of the night that we saw. We stayed in the gym. We stayed in the gym till 12 o'clock. Me, Bryce Huff, a lot of more other people, Willie Evans, watching that game, and it went down to the wire. So you know what they really told me from that last weekend? The shoe teams and the independent teams the gap is closing.
Yeah,
especially if does it go back?
Chemistry.
Yeah. Does it go back to what when we had Julio on and he said about how you put your team together? Does that play a part of it too?
No, yeah, most definitely. Because I'm looking at it. I'm looking at a lot of the teams. If you really want to compete, you can't just get the best talent and have.
You got to know how to put a roster together too, and that's
roster together.
Part of what makes like the Celtics so good this year. Like their roster is kind like it's incredible to me.
To me,
I'm almost amazed at how good that roster is.
To me, it kind of killed it for me a little bit because the roster was so freaking good.
Yeah, they're good basketball players.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they played to, you know what I mean?
But they're also it's a well put together team though. They have good point guards. They have a good 4 and a 5. You know what I mean? Like they have pieces that you need.
The kid from Cherokee played well. He shot the ball well, I feel like.
Yeah.
Tyler Owens. He shot the ball well.
Hey, no. Did y'all see what Scooter did in the championship game? Where
when he blocked it,
made the move, threw the ball in the corner to Mike. I think his kid's name's Mike. Yeah, Mike went up. Scooter blocked it on the backboard, brought it down, came down, made a play, and threw it to Joyful, and Joyful caught it. That was like ESPN top 10.
Facts.
Joyful had a good weekend, I thought.
He did.
He's been looking good since we kind of been starting back. Since we
No,
started.
Chase Cormier from the Celtics.
Chase Cormier is good. He's always been good.
But
Chase Cormier has always been good. Travis always been good.
I do want to say this one thing though. From watching this weekend, and it was so many kids in the gym, I just want to make sure that we say this though. Some of these guys can take some shots that kids you can't take. You can't shoot the shots that Andrew McConnell shoot, kids. I'm telling you right now. Peyton Daniels and Andrew McConnell are allowed to take certain shots for a reason. Don't go trying to do that shit. They can make those shots.
They're gonna try.
Andrew McConnell, a lot of step threes, and he makes that shit. Like kids.
What about any bigs that stood out? Any legitimate bigs besides Jabari? Joyful.
I mean, I was okay with Isaac Abide.
Turtle played well, yeah.
Block shots, rebound. Isaac Abide did
well. I think Ezra James made a name for himself.
Oh, the dude from that comes off the bench for YRN. I think he plays for Berkmar. He had.
I like him too.
I'm talking about Dar.
Dar, yeah.
Dar is good.
Yeah.
Dar is good.
And there was somebody else I was gonna say. I just forgot.
Yeah, of course, Turtle. We always,
Yeah.
We always talk about Turtle.
But it also, what I will say here is too. There's
Tajay Kelly had a good weekend.
Tajay Kelly, he played okay.
Yeah.
He played okay for D Favors.
I think
he played with Team Dickerson.
Team Dickerson.
Yeah.
There is a lot of talent in this state. A lot.
You said this before, but I really keyed in on Kid this weekend and really watched him this weekend. Our boy from Pebblebrook, Tyler Shirley. He got better.
He's better.
Tyler Shirley is better.
Tyler Shirley got better.
Tyler Shirley is the most improved.
He looks so confident. I know my game. I know exactly what I am. He didn't force no shots in the games that I saw anyway. He was playing like he was out there proving something.
Tyler Shirley is my most improved player in the state. I'm not even gassing it.
I'll go with that.
I
ain't seen everybody yet, but
Caleb Washington didn't look bad either.
Caleb Washington had a solid weekend, I thought too.
Hey, look at her face.
Washington looks solid to me.
One thing that I see with Caleb Washington is the same thing I see like in Jabari. You see them kind of off balance a little bit, like hitting fallaways or falling after they make a basket. Like I want to see them continue to get better, core wise. It's hard to critique a kid that's that good, but I
think Jabari has worked on his core and the muscle tone. I think he has.
I think he has too. His body looked great, and I mean, shit, he's the best kid. There was nobody there that could guard him.
Yeah, he's so unselfish.
Yeah, there's nobody there that could guard Jabari. But if that's one thing I would see, Jabari made a lot of fall away jump shots that he made. But when you see a kid make those and kind of fall on the ground, I want to see that balance and that type of stuff kind of improve a little bit. But Caleb was finishing at the rim.
But the other thing I was going to say was, I just remembered, there's a lot of talent in the state. However, we've said it numerous occasions. Not everybody should be on the shoe team. And if you are not playing significant minutes, it's okay to be on the independent team, i.e. Derek Harris. He was on independent team this week, and he picked up 5 or 6 offers. It can be done. Or you can choose to say, well, I'm going to be the 9th or 10th man, and I'm going to be on the shoe team, and we're going to play on the court 1.
Hey, Bryce Boyce, though, that's dirty, Bryce. Don't do that.
And I'm not going to get a damn thing. Have it your way.
True statement.
Like Burger King. Have it your way, my guy.
There's levels to this. There is definitely levels to this, and to me, there's fit. I'm gonna say one thing. I don't think the kid. I don't want to take anything away from the kid's game or nothing. Like not knocking the kid, just the kid that looked uncomfortable in the setting that he was in was Ian Shefflin. I felt like he looked uncomfortable. I didn't know if he was just uncomfortable playing on that team, but I feel like we've seen Ian consistently play better than what we saw him play this weekend. So maybe it was a fit thing.
Hey man, it's levels to this, right? So when I look at it, I walk in the gym and if I see Game Elite and I see YRN, to me, that's a high major court.
No, most definitely.
Not everybody belong in a high major court. It's okay. Go to mid-major court.
I wouldn't say that, Bryce. I feel like we've seen the kid play well, but
I'm not even talking about him. I'm just saying in general, like not everybody it's okay. You can be on the mid-major court and still get to the next level. You don't got to be in the high major court.
So you can play on ESPN 3 and ESPNU.
Now you got to still play on ESPN somewhere. You can't be like on FSN South, but you know.
So can you play for a mid-major high school team?
That's Locke question. Locke the one who got the mid-major rankings in his back pocket.
Whoa.
Hey man.
Yeah, you can play for a mid-major high school team. You gotta put up numbers.
You gotta put up numbers, yeah.
You gotta, and you gotta win games. If you're gonna play for a mid-major high school.
Okay. That high major court is tough.
Skip Bell, you throwing out names, but I don't know why, bro. So I ain't touching it. I ain't touching it.
Say a word.
I don't know what you're talking about. But I agree though, Bryce. I think it's fit. You know what I'm saying? It's about playing on a team where you're in the right fit. One thing, and I'm not gonna say anything else about Manny Harris before people say that I'm caping for Derek Harris. That's one of the quickest releases that I've seen in a long time. Just from being able to come out of a dribble and get that shot up.
So since Locke is the South gotta say, man, what level is Manny Harris?
I think to be productive, to have a really productive career, he can be at, because they love Georgia kids. If he go to Middle Tennessee,
put him at UGA.
If he go to Middle Tennessee,
Middle Tennessee. Okay. Hey, Middle Tennessee is the move. It's like
it's a great fit.
Yeah,
I think
it's a great fit.
He fits Dre typical type of players, because when I see Derek Harris, he reminds me how Isaiah Miller was that summer.
He's not as athletic, he's a better shot.
Not the athleticism, the grit.
He's gritty. Yeah, he's gritty.
I'm coming at you like I'm finna bust your ass.
Yeah.
When I seen that, like that's how Isaiah Miller was, because like I told somebody, I said, Manny don't know none of these kids. He don't respect none of these kids.
He's just hooping.
He's just finna hoop, and he finna give it to you on every level he can give it to you. Yeah,
he's good. He's gritty. He can guard. He guards very well. Like he'll run too. He'll go. He's solid.
If I think that would be the perfect fit, because he's fit. He
would do well at like a Stetson probably too. Maybe something like that. No.
I can see it.
Because I don't know what offers he has. I'm just looking up the offers that I've seen him post.
Yeah.
He posted them. I think he got one from Northeastern, right? That's solid. That's a tough conference. They get pro. That conference has pros. So.
Man, it's a lot of kids that can shoot.
Hey, our comments.
What about your boy Cam McDowell? He had a solid weekend, right?
I wanted to bring that up. I thought he did. From what I saw, Cam McDowell did. I didn't see every game they played though.
Cam McDowell's good. He's a good player. Deshaun Holt had a good weekend, I think.
He just got a big offer from
Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good pickup.
Yeah. But all in all, I mean, what I will say is, man, somebody just asked a question in the comments what we think about Gilbert Arenas, saying basketball is better on the West Coast. Not right now.
I just think it's different, man. From talking to people.
I mean, BJ Boston just went out there and won everything, bro.
From what I hear,
he just went out there and smashed it. So
they say on the West Coast, coaches kind of
they run and gun.
No. You got to play a system.
Like no defense?
No, just a system. Like you better run that system. The coach saying.
But that's not what Melo. That's not what Lonzo Ball did. They ain't had no system.
So you taking one school though?
Yeah, that is.
But I mean, I don't think the amount of talent that they have is like what we have either. So they probably have to run a system.
I think we're gonna see here pretty soon. I think I saw the graphic when they talk about who had the most first round draft picks out of the last 10 years, and Georgia was top 5.
Okay, at some point Georgia's gonna be.
It's gonna be up there. I think it's gonna be up there. But you know, they do not exactly, but kind of what other schools do, where their private schools are openly recruiting.
Oh, that's Bryce. That's Bryce hometown.
Yeah, like so. With
DC still, I think DC. Like I'm not even go down that road.
But I'm just looking at it like
DC still getting it done.
With all the money and resources a school like Beaufort has. Like, have you seen their school and their arena? Like, if they could openly recruit, who else is getting a player? Like, there are only a few schools. Right? That's gonna redefine.
Are those schools recruiting anyway? So what's the difference between openly and not open?
Whoa.
I don't know, Bryce. Are they openly recruiting?
I don't know. I'm not affiliated with a Gwinnett schools. I just want to see what I do.
All right, Bryce, they gonna pull up on you in the gym.
Right.
You out here in Swanee.
Man, you don't want that smoke, man.
Right, bro.
I ain't say no school names. I'm just saying people be like getting kids.
People definitely get kids. And stop asking me because I don't know. I don't know what happened at Eastside. I have no idea. I don't know. No, I'm saying that because that was actually asked publicly to me on Twitter.
I still don't think California has more skill guys than Georgia. No. Definitely not DC.
Peyton Daniels is. I mean, I feel like we could name off a bunch of kids that are good that we always say are good. Peyton Daniels is good.
You know what's good about Peyton Daniels? He plays at his own pace.
Oh yeah.
He's not worried about like your speed. He's gonna, you know what I mean? Like
he's gonna do what he needs to do.
He gonna do what he needs to do.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Nah, like Peyton Daniels, he'll catch the ball in the corner and triple threat for 3 or 4 seconds and shoot in your face when he feels like it, and it's like nothing you can do about it. You know what I mean? Like
Simeon has some good moments too, Bryce.
Simeon Cotto played pretty well.
Yeah, he gonna be all right.
He has some really good moments.
See, all ignoring them comments down there. I see.
I ain't nothing to do with that. I wasn't even talking about that.
Hey, I like this Sammy Mouse from East Coweta.
Yes.
Cole got another one.
Yes.
Sammy Mouse gonna be Bryce will try to recruit him over the weekend.
That's Tay cousin. I'm like, how you not gonna play with the Canes and you cousins with Tay? How that work, bro?
Sammy Moss,
a guy named Randy Jones.
Man, boy, you sound like somebody's parents who graduated from a school and they don't end up in the top 5.
God damn, Georgia Tech.
Hey, speaking of
video on that.
Speaking of, we got an announcement later. We'll talk later. We'll talk later. Hey,
So
like,
how is Gwinnett County basketball gonna be this year?
How is what?
Gwinnett County basketball gonna be this year? Who's gonna be the best team?
Andre Garfield looked really good.
Hey, he dunked on 3 kids on Sunday.
He's
Oh
a
my
big kid. Like,
Hey, let me tell you who got some kids. Newton got some young gunners.
killers.
Newton, Stephen Castle, freshman U. TJ Clark, freshman U.
I like how TJ played the whole weekend too. Like,
Oh, TJ Clark. I see why
Eastside was not going to win state. Put that comment. Eastside was not going to win state.
I like TJ. I like
No.
Clark.
No.
he told him no.
No.
TJ had a good weekend. I had another kid in my head just now that I should have wrote his name down. Oh,
Yeah,
Javion Mosley from
Javion Mosley.
He played well for Express.
Lockie coming after you. He has some questions,
Hey,
Lock.
man, I'm telling you something. Hey, check this out. In the last 4 or 5 years, how many times have an Atlanta team won 4A? Check your
These
stat.
top 4 and 5A.
No, Eastside is 4A. Check your stat. Think about it.
Eastside is an Atlanta team.
Not really, but
I say I never even seen that school before.
Anything above Macon's Atlanta.
Not in my book. Hey, when you go, if you got to go past Moreland Avenue, we not in Atlanta no more, champ.
No,
wait a minute. Whoa. Columbia is past Moreland Avenue, Bryce.
Hey, if you got to go past Moreland Avenue,
right there, them too.
Hey, Bryce, you gotta have people pull up on you after this show, bro.
Hey, look, if you got to go past the atrium, y'all know the atrium down there. If you get past the atrium, you are no longer in Atlanta.
Hey, we can talk about this. Kawasi Reed said, and all points / buckets are not created equal. You are 100% correct, sir.
Yes.
All of those breakaway layups and fast break dunks that you got on a leak out. I mean, it's cool. It made me happy, but yeah, that's not equal.
Wow.
4A, is Sandy Creek still in 4A? No, that was Woodward's 4A.
Woodward lost a lot of pieces.
Well, I'm just trying to think who's in 4A right now.
I didn't look at all those classes.
You still got Sandy Creek.
Till we get closer to the season.
Sandy Creek's got to win the state championship, bro. Golly.
I mean,
they've definitely got the talent. I mean, you got to. What level do we think Miles Rice is? He played really, really solid. He played really
great mid-major.
Yeah.
Sides, defense, know how to play with talent, can knock down shots.
He might be able to sneak into a high major because he knows the game so well.
No, we want him to be productive.
Hold on. That's good. I'm just looking at 5A. Let's just say the kids stayed at Eastside. So, I mean, Hiram was pretty good last year.
They lost their senior though, the left-handed kid. They lost some kids too.
Okay. Southwest Cab, St. Pius, Woodward, Tri-Cities, Jonesboro.
So you still got Tri-Cities.
Hey, did anybody put eyes on that point guard from St. Pius?
Who?
Brooks. Is that his name?
You talking about Brooks?
Yeah, he was going down.
He went viral. He always go viral with them passes, them no-look passes. He went viral again.
Brooks was going. I didn't get a chance to put eyes on him this weekend, but he was going crazy.
Yeah, I seen a few videos of him online.
Dang.
Hey Brooks, if you listen or somebody from St. Pius, let us know your schedule.
Man, 4A done changed, man. 4A got Cedar Shoals in it now.
Oh.
Miller Grove and Mays and Marison 4A. Stevenson, Druid Hills. Fayette County's in 4A.
Does Miller Grove have anybody represented from this weekend that we saw? Anybody?
Not that I can think of.
I know.
They had the point guard at Sonny's event that plays for B Mays.
Oh, he played this weekend.
Yeah, you're right.
He wasn't bad.
He's solid.
I enjoy watching Kendrick Green play because I always enjoy watching Kendrick Green play.
Who?
Kendrick Green, the kid from Meadow Creek, the point guard that won the state as a freshman, the light-skinned point guard.
Then went to Green Forest, and then where's he?
Yeah, he ended up at Court 4.
Stone light-skinned kid I like.
Hey man, he gonna fight you about East Side getting the ring,
huh?
He gonna fight you about East Side getting the ring now.
Hey, man,
why do you want East Side to win a championship so bad? He must train somebody there or something.
I'm telling you something. When it comes to this high school basketball, I don't think too many people know about these teams like I do.
Shots.
So I like Wiggins. I love Rice. And Wiggins, I like Wiggins, but he ain't no goon like that, man. He
young though.
In the state, I like him. But man, you gonna need a little bit more, man. You gonna need a little bit more.
Lock, he coming for you, Lock.
Hey. But no, this season, I think I'll state the obvious. Matthew Cleveland and JD Davison move at a different pace than other people, especially in transition.
I'm just waiting on somebody to never mind.
Wow, Bryce. Hey man, show might as well continue.
I've been thinking about this, man, and I'm just like, man, I gotta be top 10 in the game. Like when Jay-Z be like, man, I'm top 10.
Here we go.
I gotta be top 10 in the AAU game, bro. I gotta be. Bro. I gotta be. I'm not saying high school because I haven't been a high school coach really like long enough, but like I gotta be top 10 in the AAU game, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna throw Bryce a lifeline right here.
I'm not top 10.
I'm gonna throw Bryce a lifeline, bro.
I'm not top 10. If anything, actually 10.
I don't know, and I don't want to offend a whole bunch of people that I don't know. But so Peachtree Ridge posted a comment on Twitter, and
we got off the whole subject.
Yeah, I mean,
that must mean he opened up top 10.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how are we ranking that?
I'm saying that because
am I putting you against like Dez?
No, they I'm not their level. No, I'm just saying I got to be like 9 to 10. I mean, All American under my belt.
You 9 to 10 and what?
I'm not top 10 AAU in the state coach
right now.
I mean, in general. No,
I can't say you top 10.
Look at my body of work. Man.
So we're saying no Omar Cooper because he's not coaching this year, right?
Okay.
I'm saying you said overall.
Some people got a cheat code. Some people got a cheat code too. Okay, we know Omar is, we know Dez, we know Julio. Okay, that's 3 or 4 right there. I'm not saying I'm 4. I'm not saying top 5. I'm saying I gotta be like 9 or 10. Shoot, put me at 11. I'll be cool with that.
I put you top 10, Bryce. I give you that.
Hey man, you gotta look at my body of work. I'm just saying, you could look at last year. You could look at the year before that.
I'm gonna say this, regardless of ranking, there's a whole lot of kids that got offered, especially these last couple of summers, that didn't have nothing until y'all connected.
And it's a whole bunch of 2021 kids that I coach that are, like, man. Anyway, I'm a fall back. You can
but that goes back to though, Bryce. And no, I want to ask this question: who gets more credit for developing a kid? Is it somebody like Bryce who may have had a kid for 5 or 6 seasons, or is it somebody at the middle school level who puts that kid on a platform at 17U? Who gets more credit?
I can't answer that question. I don't know who gets more. That's a tough one. I think you have to kind of look at when the kid. I don't know.
Is it who coached? Is it who coached the kid the longest? Is it who gave the kid the platform?
Nah, because you can coach a kid a long time and that kid still not be shit. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, that you can coach a kid for 1 year and the kid blow up. I can't answer that question. I'm just saying, I gotta be top 10, bro. Like,
I feel like Bryce, as soon as I answer that,
so Huff don't want to talk, but Huff got 3 rings. So Huff in his mind, when he lay down at night, he probably like, shit, I know I'm top 10.
Hey,
this is all on the
I'll say he a high major high school coach.
Right. So when he lay down at night, you know Huff like, shit, I know I'm top 10 high school coaches in the state. Come on, bro.
Hey, Huff, are you top 10? Would you rank yourself top 10 as a high school coach?
Is that an arrogant thing to do? Like,
I don't believe in ranking because I think ranking means you complacent. They make you complacent. Right?
Hey, we're ranking coaches this year, bro. Come on, Locke.
Are you a high major high school coach?
Yo, I can't answer that.
Hey,
come on, Locke. Hey, who's high major high school coaches? Huff.
If you got a state championship, I think you gotta be high major.
Sherman White, Jesse McMillan. Who high major? Locke don't want none of this shit, bro. I love it.
I can't mess up these relationships.
High major. Coach Rogers got to be high major. I think Langston probably up there. Roy high major. Oh, see, we need to change subject. Go change subject, Mondro. Change subject. Because y'all getting way too spicy. Y'all getting way
What you doing over there, Locke?
I'm on a Zoom call too now. I thought the podcast was at 7 today.
And we've reached either a new high or a new low for this show.
You know,
Zoom calls in the middle of the damn podcast.
You know Huff go to bed at night and say, hey man, I had Kobe Simmons, I had Kyle Gates. I'm top 10 in the game, bro. You know it. You know he does, bro.
Hey, Bryce, every day I'm just trying to get better, man. Just trying to get better.
I'm not saying that we're not trying to get better. I'm just still saying, like, hey man, like if I'm Jigga Man, if I'm Jay-Z, like I'm Jay-Z. If you Nas, you Nas. If you Ja Rule, you know what I'm saying? Top 10.
Hey, so who do we feel like to answer that question when we talk about these rankings? They ask the question of who's more important, the high school coach, the AAU coach, or the trainer. How do we think kids answer?
I think a kid. I thought about that tweet. I think a kid will answer that based on the relationship they have. So whoever they have the strongest relationship with, and they trust the most, they'll probably respond in that manner. So if the kid trusts the high school coach the most, and they like, you know what I mean? I think they're gonna go with the high school coach. If they have a relationship where the AAU coach has provided whatever and helped them out, they might say the AAU. I think it depends on the relationship that the kid has and built over time with that person. I ain't no damn Styles P. Hey, I'm bad, boy. We got bars for days. Bars.
Oh, man.
Call me Styles P. You can at least call me Jada Kiss, like something. Sheesh. It's all good though.
Hey man, I think
you more like Cameron, Bryce. Dip set.
He got computers.
Hey, Dipset was hot for about 5 years. Look, you got your moment and you out. Yeah, I might have had my moment.
I can't find a serious topic to talk about. We talking about rappers now.
Hey, check this out. When we rode to Augusta, when I rode with Bryce had a mink coat in the back seat. Mink coat.
He would be like, "Why are your coat so big?" I'd be like, "Bro, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? We trying to be fresh out here." Like,
Bryce had the chinchilla in the back seat.
Man, people just never seen a full length Nike coat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we out here. We doing what we got to do.
Bryce be kind of extra. He be extra saucy sometimes. Bryce be a little.
Nah, I don't rock pink. I don't take it that far. Cameron did rock pink a lot though, but nah, I don't rock pink. I do got a pink hoodie, but that's because Shorty bought it for me. But yeah,
that's funny.
Huff and Andre never really shopped in H&M, so y'all probably don't like.
I can't shop in H&M, and I'm not afraid to admit it.
Yeah, that's where they sell pink hoodies.
I can't even buy socks out of there, bro.
Yeah, it's tight, real tight.
Yeah, I don't wear tight clothes.
So Gilly the Kid announced that he would never allow his kid to go to a HBCU if his kid was a basketball player because you won't get any exposure, is what he says.
So we're gonna act like we didn't have Lindsey Hunter on the show, who was a top 10 lottery pick. Oh, okay.
Right.
And that was before all this.
I think people really don't pay attention to me. I think the thing that people got to understand is this. I don't think anybody is saying that, oh yeah, this coming season that Howard is going to be Duke.
They're gonna be good though, that's for sure.
I don't think anybody is saying that. Do we expect them to be good? I do. They got a good freshman point guard that's returning. We all like Jordan Wood. I think we probably like Jordan Wood as much as we like McCord. I don't think people know who Jordan Wood is or that he can play. But
hey man, whoever just said that, you're wrong. Can't lose. You don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't know who Bryce is talking about.
The typical look at me. You're wrong, whoever you are. You don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah, whatever Bryce said, I'm rolling. I don't know who he's talking about.
Put the comment right here on the board.
I don't know which comment you're talking about, Bryce.
Bryce sounds like the typical look at me coach. Forget the damn kids. You saw that play I just called. You sound preposterous. You sound ridiculous. You're wrong, my friend, because I don't even really call that many plays. I only have 3 or 4.
Facts.
So,
hey, Bryce, it's been a few times after the games, like, man, you seen that back though? He went.
Yeah, I can get it in my bag. I can get in my bag if you want me to, but no, you need to learn how to play basketball. I'm not about to be out here calling a whole bunch of plays for you and AAU. You need to know how to play.
Hey, wait, this is a good question. Do y'all seriously think Maker is going to step 1 foot on HU's campus this year?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Why not? Yeah, he was on ESPN today.
And I do because the G League didn't offer him any money.
Somebody offered him a bag.
If the G League offered him money, then he wouldn't be on Howard's campus. The other thing is his first round grade is not a lottery grade. So I think he's going to go to school and try to be a lottery pick. There are other things, circling around that kid that I don't necessarily know to be true or not. But
Gilly's saying that he's not going to get the same type of exposure that he would get playing for North Carolina. And I kind of disagree in that point because it's a new day and age.
He committed. If that kid commits to Duke right now, he's not on a press run at ESPN.
Right. And who's to say that he goes to Duke or a big school or Kansas and goes to the NBA? It's not a guarantee either way.
It's not a guarantee. And especially with that kid, though, I think we forget because he's good. It's like we forget that we've watched him play. It's like now, all of a sudden, because a really good player committed to a HBCU, that now they're supposed to be Jesus. He's not Jesus, right? He needs to play well. Jordan Wood needs to play well. The returning point guard needs to play well. They got a D1 transfer as a 2 guard that needs to come in and play well. Like, they're going to have to play well as a team, and they're still going to have to be able to beat A&T. They're still going to have to be able to beat Central. They're going to have to be able to beat Norfolk State to even.
Oh, here you go. Where Coach at? Because you ain't say it right.
Norfolk.
That's better.
I'm country as shit, bro. That's like, it's not gonna come out.
That was better though. I think. Yeah, I'm gonna let you go.
Tell him why you mad, son. Tell him why you mad. Like, I'm with you. I think Gilly a clown. Like, my thing is, okay, HBCU should be allowed to build it. Like,
right,
we're
like
saying,
anybody else.
Yeah, like Huff said, I feel like there's enough players for everybody to still be good. We're saying that we don't think that people should just negate going the HBCU route. Like, there's a ton more benefit for the community that we've outlined before of going, but I don't expect Maker to be a savior for Howard. I expect them to be improved. I expect them to be good. I expect them to go at the Norfolks, the Central, the A&T. I expect them to play better in conference than they did this year. But I think we're going to have to see more kids do that. I mean, shit, Norfolk came on here. Norfolk, they came on here, and they got a top 100 kid too. So,
I mean, and wherever you go, you have to produce. So whether you go to Kansas and you're on TV, or whether you go to Howard and you're on TV a little less, you have to produce.
You gotta go produce.
So, and they're gonna critique your game either way.
And I think too, as we're seeing schools leave the MEAC, and I'll let people who know argue about whether that's a good move or not, but to move and go to the Big South or to go to other conferences. So even from a conference affiliation standpoint, I don't have a dog in the fight when it comes to what conference a HBCU should be affiliated with. I just want HBCUs as universities to do well. So I'm not mad at A&T or Hampton or, FAMU or whatever for leaving the MEAC. I don't have a dog in that fight. I'm not educated enough to know. But I do think if players start to attend, then we're going to see schools do better as long as the administration is on board.
Well, what happened if he decided to went to Kentucky and it didn't work out and he transferred? Then people be on his head about going to Kentucky. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
He made a decision that he feels like is best for him, no matter where it is, to do what he has to do.
Do what he got to do. I think the only time, players run a risk when it comes to any of that stuff is, there are some players who come into college with huge insurance policies. So they make sure that they're going to get their money. As long as the school, whatever school that they choose to go to, can still facilitate that, and they're not going to lose money if they get hurt, then to me, it's a decision like any other decision. Yeah, you're splitting funds with PWIs if you're not in the MEAC, but that has never, like, segregation has never been what that was about for me personally, as far as wanting HBCUs to be good. So it doesn't bother me if they split money within them. Bad move for North Carolina A&T football. They had more football games on TV last year than they could possibly have next year in the Big South. Then I would say you're probably right. I don't know what the money play is. There could be extra money that they're using to build up other programs.
Listen,
At the end of the day, you know, that's how that works. I mean, Louisville really didn't have a great reason for leaving the Big East necessarily. It was kind of a money play to go to the ACC. Money is the reason why Notre Dame will not join a conference for football.
so like, I mean, like if Bronny Jr. goes to North Carolina Central, like they're gonna follow him. Like the shoe deals will follow him. Everything will follow him. Like,
Agreed.
I mean, it is what it is. Same thing with Mikey, probably. Like they're gonna follow him.
Yeah. But I think we worry about the top 2% of kids when we have this conversation too. And you could build a great program and not get any of those kids.
Right. An excellent program without any of them. Yeah.
I mean, you know, Shaka Smart brought VCU to another level before he left to go to Texas, and I don't think he was getting that level kid. I mean, look at what happened to me at Xavier University. Like, they were able to put their program on the map. Butler was able to put their program on the map. They were able to go and hey, you find a diamond in the rough, you get a gem, you get a pro. As long as my issue with the whole thing is that kids weren't even considering going to HBCUs.
Yeah.
Got to start somewhere.
Got to, man. Go. Does extra criticism come from journalists because the kids moved to Howard? It could be a momentum shift if it works. I agree. If he does well, but it's about fit, man. You go where you can play. Go where you're going to hoop and get off. I'll tell any kid that. Even if it's not D1. I think Dip Metris came on our show and said that a kid would rather go to a Division I located in Hades in the middle of hell or some shit like that, he said, before he commit to a D2. And I think we just got to break up that mindset because not everybody's path is the same. Man. Go
and if you saw what we saw when we went to Augusta and watched them play, not everybody can play there.
Not everybody, 100%. Not everybody can play there. Gonzaga, you're 100% right, D. It's a lot of programs that have been built. I mean, look what's happening at Dayton right now. Dayton has a history of being pretty good, though. But look what's happening right now at Dayton.
They changing the game.
Yeah.
Dayton changing the game. Obi Toppin's a beast.
It's a lot of programs that are building. I mean, you know, I think about some of the programs that we see make runs or make upsets. You know, we want to see, I guess I want to see, and I'll take it away from HBCUs. I want to see the Mercers of the world, that those people be able to keep their coaches and really build programs. But, you know, just like in high school, we talk about it that, hey, every AD ain't a basketball fan. Every school principal ain't a basketball fan. That happens in college too. Huff, I know me and you got a couple of highlights, man. Y'all wanna show some kids? Y'all got highlights, Coach? Bryce, Locke?
Nah, I don't have any today. I didn't even really think about it, to be honest.
I'll have some on Sunday.
Yeah, I'll bring some on Sunday.
All good. So we'll show a couple of kids. And while I'm pulling up the film, I gotta ask y'all another question. When y'all cook at home, does y'all food look like that struggle food that they feeding NBA players in the bubble?
Absolutely not.
Is that what y'all food look like when y'all cook?
Definitely.
I don't cook.
So yes, that's what y'all should look at.
I don't cook. I'm a Uber Eats specialist.
Uber Eats is like $30 to deliver your food.
Bro, you gotta look for the discount codes and the free delivery, man. That's in the area, man.
You need to go to that program.
They got all types of coupons.
You tripping?
Hey, we got some. Let's see. Huff, you want to go with your kid first? I saw him play, and he was cooking AAU too, bro.
Yeah, I'm going with the Lingo kid from Druid Hills, man.
He can hoop.
Really liked him, man. Jaden Lingo, I think he's a sleeper. Can really shoot the basketball, can score.
He was shooting it well this weekend too.
Yeah, just think some people need to really get on him. Can definitely surprise some people, man.
How tall you put him, Huff?
I'd probably say 6'2", 6'3".
I wanted to ask you because I thought he was taller than that, but I'm short as hell. So sometimes
He could be 6'4", to be honest with you. But
that's what I was thinking.
I don't want to overgive a kid, say he's taller than that, and then they get him and like, man, Cuff, he wasn't 6'4".
Right. That's what I thought he was, though, Huff. I thought he was about 6'4".
I mean, y'all know how I am. If a kid can shoot and make plays for others, Coach Stroud's gonna have him playing hard, playing defense. I think it's a kid that, definitely deserves some looks.
Played well this weekend. Shot the ball well when they needed it. Want to see him continue to improve, pick and roll wise, being able to make plays. But he can handle the shit out of the ball. Like,
he's got to learn how to make plays for not just himself, make plays for others off the pick and roll. And that's a lot of kids, to be honest with you.
100%. 100%.
But that's versus Whooper right there.
Big guard that can shoot it, man. You definitely, played the right way, I think, too. Shout out to Stroud. Kid got it done. And what you seeing on this high school film was exactly how he was playing, and I feel like for AAU. The games I saw. Dude can play, man.
Yeah.
I got a kid from North Oconee High School. We almost out in Athens. 6'1" guard, 2021 kid.
Scored 1,000 points already in his career?
Yes, he has. This is Dylan Garrington. Kid that can really shoot it. That release, man. When we talk about buckets that translate, you're making shots from out there at a good percentage. He reminds me of the type of kids that I've seen at like Wofford. Really high IQ kids, really shoot the level off the ball. Like Wofford's gonna have 3 guards like this that can really play. But he gonna give it to you kind of however you want. But good on a ball fake, finish with either hand, can really, really shoot it. I want to emphasize that. It's effortless. He's shooting some of these and ain't even really watching it go through the rim. Like, that's – we got a kid, a Hoops Hidden Gym kid that is an available 2020 kid. This kid is a kid that I really want to make sure we try to help because he was committed to go D2, and then due to COVID, found out that that they didn't have room for him because of COVID-19, and they cut budgets.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So this kid is available, ready to go. This is Jaquez Gilbert.
Where did he play high school at?
I'm not sure. Dave sent this kid to me.
That name sounds familiar.
I know.
That's why I seen him play for CVCC.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up because he was just DMing me.
I thought we showed this kid before.
Yeah, we did. His school hit. Yeah.
Yeah, his school canceled basketball, or didn't have the funding for his scholarship because of COVID. So we're showing his highlights again. So committed D2, but is available. I think he's got 2 full years eligibility. That's tough. Some of these kids, if you let them get in a rhythm, man, and they kind of get their feet set, it's hard to stop. End on the make. That's Jaquez Gilbert. Or Jaquez Gilbert. I hate when I possibly mispronounce people's name.
Lock, you all right over there, man?
Lock dying. Lock dying. Hey,
Getting some great news. Not basketball news.
Hey man, that's our show for tonight, man. Listen, we have a special announcement. You'll hear about it starting tomorrow, but you don't want to miss Sunday. Let me tell you, buddy. Hey, bro, you don't want to miss Sunday. We got one of the best players in the country going to be on the podcast Sunday. We'll announce it officially tomorrow.
Top 10. Top 10. Hey, you gotta be in that top 10.
Top 10
all time.
Gotta get him in there. And I'm
Hey man, my man, a high major AAU coach.
I don't think I'm high major. I'm like borderline. Like I'm like Murray State. Like, we gonna run your ass off the gym. That's
Shout
me.
out to Tim Kaine.
Oh man.
Hey fellas, that's our show, man. Love you guys. We'll be back on Sunday, locked and fully loaded, man. Y'all stay with us. We got more plays, man. I'm gonna show highlights. All the film will be cut. We'll be ready to go, man. Kick it with us Sunday. Love y'all. So love the game. We out.